Today we are learning how to identify and graph linear equations. A linear equation is an equation whose solutions fall on a line on the coordinate plane. A linear equation is a straight line. Okay, rate of change is a ratio that compares the amount of change in a dependent variable and the amount of change of an independent variable. It is the slope, it is y over x. Okay, might look familiar to some of you. So we're going to graph the equation and tell whether it is linear or not. So how we do that is your x is your independent variable. Because it's independent, you get to choose the values. And then you simplify the equation to find your y. Okay? In this equation, they're going to give you some x values to try. They're not going to give you too much freedom yet. So they're going to say x, simplify that linear equation, if it is in fact linear, using x is -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So we're going to evaluate. So we're going to put in -2 here. 3 times -2 is -6, minus 1 is -7. So then I'm going to take my x, -2, and then my y I got, -7, and make an ordered pair. Now, they're saying evaluate if x was -1. So I'm going to multiply by -1. 3 times -1 is -3, minus 1 is -4. So my x, when my x is -1, my y is -4. Now I'm going to evaluate as if x was 0. Multiply by 0. 3 times 0, 0, minus 1 is -1. So when my x is 0, my y is -1. Then we're going to evaluate as if x was 1. 3 times 1 is 3, minus 1 is 2. So when my x is 1, my y is 2. Then we're going to evaluate for x being 2. So we're going to multiply by 2. 3 times 2 is 6, minus 1 is 5. So when my x is 2, my y is 5. Okay? Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to graph these 5 points. -2, -7, -1, -4, 0, -1, 1, 2, and 2, 5. And I hate it when they don't make these perfect. But if I graph those perfect, it would be a linear equation because it is the graph of a straight line. And each time x increases by 1 unit, y increases by 3 units. Okay, and you can tell that because on all your x's here, they go up by 1, and all your y's here go up by 3. Another way to know if it's a linear equation is if it's just an x and it doesn't have an exponent. Determine whether the rates of change are constant or variable. So we're going to see if it has a slope. If it has a slope, then it's going to be constant. If it doesn't, it's going to be variable. So what we want to see is if this all works out here. We had to add 1 to get from 0 to 1. To get from 1 to 3, we had to add 2. To get from 3 to 5, we had to add 2. To get from 5 to 8, we had to add 3. Okay? 0 to 2, we had to add 2. 2 to 6, we had to add 4. 6 to 10, we had to add 4. And 10 to 16, we had to add 6. So we're just looking at patterns there. So we're going to find that was finding the differences between consecutive data points. So now we're going to find each ratio of change in y to change in x. So y over x, which simply means we're going to find the slope of each. So we're going to take these numbers, 2 over 1, so all the changes. So the first change, we added 2 over adding 1. The second change, we added 4 over adding 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. The third change, we added 4 over adding 2. And the fourth change, we added 6 over adding 3 and got 2. So this is y over x, y over x, y over x, y over x. So it was our change in y over our change in x. The data in the table shows linear data because the rates in the change are constant or all the same. A lift on a ski slope rises according to the equation A equals 130t plus 6,250, where A is the altitude in feet and T is the number of minutes that a skier has been on the lift. 5 friends are on the lift. What is the altitude of each person if they have been on the ski lift for the times listed in the table? Draw a graph that represents the relationship between the time on the lift and altitude. So, on this one, your A is your Y, your T is your X. Okay, so they give you X values because X is the independent, which means we can put anything in for X, or in this case T, and you evaluate to find your A or your Y. Okay, so you're going to put these values in. So we have 130 times 4 plus 6,250, and that's 6,770. So when T is 4, or T, remember, T is your X, A is your Y, so you remember what order to write them in. A is 6,770. Now we have T being 3 minutes, so we put 3 in for T, we multiply by 130 and add 6,250 and get 6,640. So when T is 3, Y is 6,640. Now we are told that T is 2 minutes, or the time is 2 minutes, so we put that in. We multiply by 130 and add 6,250 and get 6,510. So when T is 2, A is 6,510. Now it tells us that T is 1.5, so we put that in for our equation and evaluate. 130 times 1.5 plus 6,250 and get 6,445. So when T is 1.5, A is 6,445. And the last one is 1 minute. So if we've been on for 1 minute, 130 times 1 plus 6,250 is 6,380. So when the time has been 1 minute, the altitude is 6,380. So what this tells us is this is the time on the lift. This is the altitude at which we are at, or how high on the lift we're at that point. The more time you're on the lift, the higher the altitude on the mountain you're going to get. So, the approximate altitudes are Anna, since she was on the ski lift for 4 minutes, her altitude was 6,770 feet. Tracy had been on for 3 minutes, so she had gotten 6,640 feet. Kwani had been on for 2 minutes, so she got 6,510 feet. Tony had gotten on for 1.5 minutes, so he had gotten 6,445 feet. And George had gotten on for 1 minute, so he had gotten 6,380 feet. This is a linear equation because when T increases by 1 unit, A increases by 130 units. So, if you're wondering where I got the fact that it was Anna, Tracy, and all those times, there is a table right by the word problem that tells you the skier's name and how long they had been on it. Okay? And then I just looked at my table that we had worked out on the previous page. Anna was 4 minutes, so I went to 4 minutes and went over to my altitude and saw that when Anna was at 4 minutes, she had gotten to 6,770 feet. Okay, your check it outs are a little bit easier than that big huge story problem though. So do 1 and 2 and start your lesson.